Alright, well, Sunday, about 7:15 a.m. Got my coffee. I've just been journaling the last half an hour or so. And I thought I'd pick up the camera because I haven't done one of these, could say, sit down videos in a while now. And I just kind of wanted to read what I was journaling and kind of, I always like to put when I actually think about it, my thoughts to paper. I find it really helps articulate what I'm trying to think, what I'm thinking at the time. And I mean, if you think here, it's the 28th of December 2025. I started this journal 6th of June 2024. I'll actually read my first one here. Woke up 3:30 a.m. after the Origin game, which is a popular rugby game here. After a late night finish with the boys, good start, but way too sleep deprived, so went back to bed till 7 a.m. Solidified our service delivery and what we plan on offering with it. Good to see everything starting to come together slowly but surely. Started a new book, Reality Transurfing. Could be transformational. I'll tell you right now, it was. Loving the process at the moment and so grateful for it all. Time to fucking win. The next day, woke up 3:30 a.m. Had a great morning. Cracker gym session with Harry, studying at the library, and planning out the future roadmap with Hugo. Productive. Learnt yesterday that having time to think with no distractions is important. Can't be constantly chasing the shiny objects. I know what to do, so go fucking do it. The next day, another productive day. 3:30 a.m. wake up. And you get the point. And I don't journal every day. I try to, but I really don't. It's more like once a week, once every 2 weeks, if that. It's kind of whenever I just get this impulse to journal. I like to sit down and do it. I usually find that I journal from a place of when things aren't going well, and also when things are going really well. I think I need to get more in the habit of journaling when it's just the day-to-day to really see the trends. But it's interesting that throughout these journal entries that I was reading earlier, a lot of the things have just been the same things repeated. I mean, if I take this for example, I journaled at the end of 2024. Why do I consistently go from places of high to places of low, from places of on top, where I feel like I'm the man, to where I go from here, where I'm lost? I feel good when I have a consistent routine, gym, cardio, purposeful work, productive social time, meaningful connections, diet, and making the most of my time. I feel bad when comparing myself to others on my phone, social media, putting off tasks, not getting results. What do these contrasts have in common? Consistency, comfort, discipline, presence, and sacrifice. Freedom is yours when you end the battle. And it's funny that even to this day right now, I'm still going through that. I still haven't quite learned all of that. I mean, I'm a lot more aware now than, when I first started this journey. And I feel like I'm a lot better at picking up on my emotions and picking up on my thoughts and knowing now through reading a lot and learning a lot through different people and podcasts and mentors that you can shape your reality, you can change your mind. The way you think is what you create with your reality. And that's a comforting thought to me, knowing that I have control of my future, my situation now. And there's been many times that I've been in a slump, you could say. and I felt lost and I felt down. And it's weird that almost always the times that I come out of it, I just kind of snap my fingers, and it's like out of nowhere I'm suddenly good, and I've suddenly got good energy and I'm feeling great. And if I reflect back to the start of this month, or even the last 6 weeks or so, being back in Australia now, I had the fucking time of my life in Bali. I felt independent. I felt each day I was getting after it. I just felt fucking amazing. I had a good routine. I was meeting with good people. I was thinking bigger, and I think that's the biggest thing. And that's kind of what I was journaling about today, is how your environment and the way you think, you just need to be thinking big. Well, it depends what you're after. For someone like myself that has goals of doing $1 million a month, when I'm older, I want to build $100 million company. I also want to enjoy life, enjoy the process. I don't want to just be stuck at my computer all day. I want to be in good shape. Still working on that. I want to travel the world. I want to still spend time with friends, with family. But I'll get to it. What was I journaling about today? Well, it's past Christmas, right? It's the 28th, so I actually had a fairly low-key Christmas, nothing too heavy. I've been trying to tame it down the silly season. But it was really good catching up with friends and family. I often throughout the year don't always find the time to do so. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of tasks. There's a lot of priorities that need to be done. And there's ultimately a lot of things that need to be sacrificed. And one quote that I've been saying in my head a lot is, if you don't sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. And I think that's a motto that I'm really going to take into 2026. But regardless, it was good catching up. Had a lot of fun, seeing friends. Good to kind of reconnect and ground myself, seeing some family and realizing that, hey, Sam, you actually are doing pretty well. I think it's so easy to get caught up in this like bubble online of comparing yourself to people that are doing more money than you, that are in better shape than you. But ultimately, if you take a step back, you're actually doing pretty well. I'm never going to settle for that. I want to be the best of the best. I think that's the competitive nature in me, but I like it. But yeah, I think one experience that really kind of reinforced this notion, you could say, of thinking big and how important it is to be surrounded by people that make you think big, and how your environment, your people, your network, your routine, your ability to be self-aware, that's what allows you to get to the next stage. And again, another cliche quote, right? Like, it's never business problems, it's always personal problems, right, that occur within the business. So, if we're ever stuck at a certain ceiling in terms of revenue, in terms of growth, it almost 99% of the time boils down to a personal reason and not being self-aware enough. But yeah, I had a good chat and good meet up with someone the other day. He's from Sydney, living in Dubai at the moment. We've been chatting back and forth, really good bloke. But it was interesting. We've got to be careful how I say this, because my friends and family are like the most important thing to me. And of course my family is always going to be there, and so are my friends, right? And as someone that, hasn't always felt the strongest ties with my family at times, it further accentuates the point of how much I value my friends. And I try to treat all my friends as if they're my brother. And I know that's, again, another cliche thing, but it's really how I value it. So I'm pre-framing this before what I'm about to say. But it was an interesting dichotomy between being in a familiar situation, and it's not to do with friends or family or anything really, it's just the situation. And it'll make sense what I'm about to say in a minute, but being in Sydney, where I live, it's my place of familiarity. It's my place of comfort, you could say. I live here, got my coffee, life's fucking good. Life is so good. But there comes, and this is what I was writing, as much as I love Sydney, it is the best place to live in the world. It is safe, beautiful, affordable, makes me happy. I have my friends, my family, it's my home. But every now and then, a man has a desire and a duty at one time in their life to go venture out, explore, to conquer. And as I know, your environment really affects your reality. And like I always say on these videos and things, and just how I think is I've got really big goals. And if I want to become the man I know, I need to become the man. And that involves metaphorically killing my old self. And as I've learned this year, if you don't sacrifice your goals become the sacrifice. And kind of going back onto this point was when I was meeting with this guy. He had a lot of the goals that I'm wanting to get after. He had his own place in Dubai. He was living there. He was meeting with really cool people, networking, building connections, building a business, stacking up a lot of money. And no, that's not what it's all about, right? But it is part of it, right? It's not the full picture, but it's part of the picture. And it got me thinking, and we were talking about, leaving a place of comfort. And it really got me thinking, and something I've been thinking about for a while. It's not like suddenly I've just started thinking about this, but really got me thinking that for 2026, if I really want to step it up, I'm going to have to start making some more sacrifices. I'm going to really have to get clear on what I want. Now that conversation could be around moving somewhere, moving to a place of more like-minded people, thinking bigger. Because when I'm here and I'm with my friends, I'm thinking about things like it's gossip, it's great fun, right? And like I said, like I was pre-framing with all this because I'm very mindful of what I'm saying. It's like I love my friends, I love my family, but at the end of the day, it's just comfortable, familiar chat. It's comfortable, familiar actions. It's comfortable, familiar routine. And for me to become the man that I want to be, it doesn't take comfort. It takes pushing the boundaries. It takes finding new things about myself. And I was watching a video last night from someone called Daniel Dalen, which I take a lot of inspiration from. And someone asked him, do you ever feel like you miss your home? He's from the Netherlands originally, but he's traveling around China, Dubai, doing business and all that. And he said, yes, of course. I miss my family, I miss my friends. But I know that I'm in a place in life where at the snap of a fingers, I can go travel back there. And I think sometimes you need to be selfish to be selfless. You need to be selfish to be selfless. And I think that's something that I'm just coming to terms with. That I need to put myself first to become that man, to become that person that I know I need to be, to cross the chasm, to truly cross the chasm, to truly make a shift. That man's locking in. That man's, moving new environments. That man's expanding my network and meeting people that are doing better than me, okay? I need to lock in with my diet, okay? It's not just for looks as well, but it's for health, it's for vitality, it's for longevity. I mean, I've got type 1 diabetes as well. I need to get that dialed in, okay? I need to limit my drinking and going out and, doing drugs and shit. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's not conducive to my goals. And I can't sit here saying I want one thing, but acting out of alignment and not in congruence with another. So this has kind of been on my mind really all year. I just wanted to make this video and kind of explain how I'm feeling at the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm feeling fucking amazing. It's weird. I was just reading that oscillation between highs and lows, that still always goes on. And I think that's something I've come to terms with, that's always going to be the case. But it's about mitigating that volatility. And I think I can do that through the way I think. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just your thoughts. But I don't think it helps by being in an environment that isn't conducive to that. So, plans for 2026. I'm going to make a new video. It's called, it's going to be my 2026 planning. Here I'll show you what that kind of looks like, but as you can see here, if I just pull this up, I'm going to have a big work session going through all my goals and everything there. I'm going to be going through things like what went well this year, business, personal, what didn't go well, how can I set higher standards for myself, what are my core values, what did I not work on as much as I wanted to, what am I going to do better next year, what lessons did I learn, 4 big achievements this year. And then just kind of go through a lot of the plan for 2026 and get super clear on what I want. Not what others want, what I want. I'm going to set some big challenges for next year. 4 big challenges / fears I'm going to overcome. 4 character building events. 4 spontaneous trips. 4 life-changing events. Habits I'm going to break. Habits I'm going to build. Skills I'm going to develop. I'm going to get super clear on it. But as always, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you've watched it this far, I know I've been rambling for 20 minutes. Kind of a bit all over the place. Maybe one thing I'm going to need to work on for 2026 is structuring these videos out a bit more, but I do just want it to be an authentic thing. Just kind of saying what's on my mind at the moment, because as always, I like going back and rewatching these videos and going, Sam, when he was 22 in December 2025, he was thinking this. Even I remember 18 months ago, or even when I was writing this, right, in June, feeling, I can just pull up a random page here, right? August, feeling a bit lost and not content with how we're tracking. Feeling lost in the sense of how to grow. I think the key for me is just to be self-reflective. I need to do this more. But regardless, things are going well. Super fucking keen for 2026. Got a lot of momentum building into it. I was meant to be going to a festival, but pulled out on it. Again, reason being is kind of what I've just spoken about. Just need to sacrifice and build some momentum into the year. But I'm keen for 2026. It's going to be filled with a lot of great memories, I'm sure, that will be made. Spending time with my best mates, with my boys, with my family, with my brother, with my mom, with my dad, with my grandparents. Traveling the world, going to Dubai, start of Feb for a week or two, and going to Colombia, around South America, come back for a month, see everyone, enjoy Australia for a month, then off to Europe for a couple months, and then who knows after that. And that's the exciting thing, right? So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life this year. I'm going to get in the absolute best shape of my life. Yeah. Anyway, appreciate you watching.